And a very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Jason Craze.
Jason is here to teach me a game called Age of Angra.
Age of Angra, you got it.
Age of Angra. So Age of Angra is a back-and-forth fighting game, and unlike what we normally say, you're not going to back this one. You can buy it right now.
Right now.
We have a link in the description. Age of Angra is coming to us. What's the designer's name?
Ben Ruiz from Dino God.
Dino God. So this is Dino God's first game?
First tabletop game, yeah.
First tabletop game, although they've dabbled in other tabletop things in the past.
He does video games, actually, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's a video game producer. He never sleeps, so board games are his night work.
Now, I want to point out that if I lose, it's because I'm playing the publisher, so...
I don't know how to play these games. I was hoping you were going to teach me. So.
All right. Well, I don't know that. But I do know we're going to pick some stuff here at the beginning. So
yeah.
What are we doing here?
So Age of Angra is a game based around you as the player being a battle shepherd, a mystical shepherd. So the first thing we do is we pick our shepherd class. I'm going to hand those to you. And the great thing about it is I usually teach people saying, pick what you think looks cool first. Because while there are combos and fun things like any fighting game, learning is best when you have the kind of rule of cool working in your favor.
I think I want to be the Beast Mage. They look kind of cool. But I'm mostly just picking them because they're called Beast Mage.
Because it's Beast Mage.
Yeah, why not? So I put these down here.
Yep, you take your Beast Mage, you put it down there.
Pick?
I'll take the Tech Monk. Let's do Tech Monk.
All right. So this is like the whole faction that we are?
Yeah, so in the world of Angra, what's happened is you've had a breach in reality because humans built basically a tower to what they thought was going to be their glorious god, but they were fooled all along, and so the breach in the heavens let forth these Asura, these mystical creatures, and it also allowed a certain amount of magical power to kind of come into the land, and those people who were predisposed to it became the battle shepherds who can communicate with these Asura, these mystical creatures, and sort of kind of get them to do your bidding. If you read into the lore in the manual, you'll find that the Asura may be more in control than the shepherds, but they kind of tolerate us. And so what your Beast Mage does is it gives you kind of a way of your spells and your passives to control particular types of situations better. So as the shepherd, you'll be able to cast very powerful spells at the end of each battle round. But in order to cast those spells, you're using a resource that is also your victory points. So the shepherd is a very powerful component.
Maybe before.
But yeah, exactly, right? It's always one of those give and takes. Is it worth doing this really amazing thing I can do, or is it going to lose me the game? So I like to keep you on your toes. It has a very good amount of depth, some of that tactical aspect that keeps it back and forth, that decision making keeps you on your toes. So the next side is to pick some Asura.
So there's 9 that come in this original game here. So we have, you're going to have to say the name. Ekamino. And then we have
Devandra,
what is
who
that?
is
Like
one of
robot?
that we've got like mechanic oil or mechanoid style Asura.
We have Horse God. Now he has horse in the name. Does that tap well with Beast Mage, or is that just a?
It could very well. The nice thing is that all of the combos work well. So the Beast Mage it might mislead you, make you think you want to pick only beasts, but in reality, all of these combos work well. There's not a right and wrong. Upadravi.
What is
one of the tricksters. So
trickster.
yeah, or the Fae. Johanni.
That guy looks like he don't care.
He's kicked back.
Totally chilling.
He's kicked back. I like that his passive is drunken bolster. Umamu, definitely a beast.
How do I know the beast? Oh, because it's the same color.
Danav, who is a demon.
That guy looks mean.
Yeah. Yavada.
Is that another kind of robot type guy?
It's a celestial, so yeah, he looks a little more mechanical, but a little bit more of a divine being style. Kamara Jen. I like her little
So how does this work? Do I pick one, you pick two?
You pick two, yeah. You pick two that you like the look of.
All right, well, I think I will pick... I'm going to pick this guy because he looks kind of cool.
Umamu's my favorite.
Umamu? Well, then I'm glad I picked him. But I also have to pick this slacker. This Johanni guy. I just like he also has dice. I see some dice there. So this guy, He just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's one of the few that uses some randomness into
So who are you gonna
dice
pick
rolling.
here?
Let's see. Give me Danav. I'll take Danav.
Oh man, he was my third choice.
And then you pick one for me. I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming in here and bulldozing you. So you.
I want to give you this robot thing.
All right, Devandra.
Yeah.
Okay, so along with each of the Asura come their own skills. So you've got
Johanni and Umamu.
You've got Johanni. So there's 6 abilities for.
So these are the skill cards that you get, folks. You said there's 6 of them, and you pick 4.
And you pick 4 each game.
All right, so I'm going to kind of pick them based on the names. Like, for example, I'm definitely picking Gambler's Grift because why not? So these are the 6 that go for Johanni, and we'll have 6 for each person. So let me pick those, and then I'm going to put them here.
Yep, you'll put them in there. Yep, there's no positioning that makes a difference, however you like.
All righty, folks. So
and I will
picking
do
them
the
based on
same.
names. Gambler's Grift. A Flick of the Wrist. A Trickster's Burst. This one looks interesting because it has dice on it. So something has dice on it, I'm always going to... If there's dice on it, does that mean you're rolling dice?
Yep.
Then I'm picking all the ones that you roll dice.
Yeah, Johanni's one of the few that will actually roll dice. There's not a lot of randomness in the game. It's all really just based on your abilities and what you've chosen to do. You don't have to worry about rolling dice to hit or anything like that. Johanni is one of the ones that has some randomness to him that makes it a lot of fun.
This seems like a super heavy attack. This Rend and Drag.
It sounds bad for me.
Definitely using that. I don't know what it does, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, you'll notice that a lot of the abilities have both a heavy and a light.
It's called Brutal Goring.
Brutal Goring.
Oh, I don't know which one to pick. I guess, do I want Wild Blow or Adrenaline? Adrenaline seems kind of cool. Yeah, let's try Adrenaline. Doesn't seem like that would hurt. So you're saying we're picking these 4. This is what we're using the whole game. So if you play in the future, you will, you can pick 4 different ones.
Yep. Yeah, you can find combos that you like as far as the abilities go. Certain abilities will combo better with other Asura that you team up with. As you play the game, you'll find certain Asura will have more support roles, so you want them in the back tagging in. What it is it's a tag team fighter, so we will each have one of our Asura in the ring fighting and one back that can tag in and assist. So,
oh yeah, Johanni can't be bothered.
Not the best frontliner, right? And so yeah, so it really is a game of putting a fighter out there. They'll take some damage. As you take damage, you might want to then reposition so that you've got a little bit more of a soak, because your forward Asura will be the one that takes most of the damage each turn. Mm-hmm. There are some abilities that will allow you to target the back Asura, so you're not always safe by moving one in the rear. But most of the times it's your front Asura that's taking damage, so you've got your tank kind of feel, and when you start taking too much damage, you might want to reposition.
So the levels of combos, we have these 2 guys, we have this, and then we have their special abilities.
You got it.
Is there any other levels of thing? Like something about arenas or something?
Yeah, so the actual scenarios that we play out, we're going to be doing sanctioned combat today, but there's 3 different scenarios that come in the base game, and they set up the win condition and
so
what happens.
Sanctioned combat.
Yep. So on this one, it's the player with the total higher amount of charges at the end is the winner, and it plays for 7 battle rounds, as you see in the top left.
And then there's a couple others, the Asuran Pits and the Shepherd's Spar.
Yep.
So we're playing with sanctioned combat.
Yep, it's
This
basically
like
just
legal,
a duke it out. It's getting together.
Like
and,
the Kingdom said this is okay to do?
Yeah, it's basically just getting together and sparring, for lack of a better word, and seeing what the outcome is. So it's kind of like I won't say practice round, but that's really what it is in the lore.
What was those other cards you were picking up?
So we've got talismans. The talismans are trinkets that you can attach to your Asura that will give them +1 health, things like that. So you can look through there and think if there's 2 of those you want to pick.
Here we got the Anima Barrier. Oh wow, that's like a good shield. This one here, the Atman Protector, that blocks from spiritual. This one just blocks. This gives me extra hit points. This gives me extra speed. Take less piercing damage. If you get condition tokens, I can take damage instead. One less cooldown when executed. Alright, so I'm going to put Resplendence on Johanny, if that's okay. And then I'm going to give Acceleration to Unami. Hex of Acceleration. So I figure the extra speed won't hurt.
Speed is good. Speed, like in any fighting game, will help you retain initiative, basically, which we call being the alpha. And if you can maintain being the alpha, you get to dictate the speed of combat. You get to go first each turn, things like that. I'll go ahead and do some extra life on the Nav.
Yeah, that makes sense because you're going to need it so much.
You're going to beat me up. So
I'm going to beat you down, actually.
I'm going to,
what is the difference between getting beat up and beat down?
I don't think either one of them are good.
It's like if a house burns up or burns down. I'm never quite sure what the difference is.
If it burns up or burns down, they're both bad. Equally bad.
I think I'd rather get beat up than beat down. Beat down gives me the idea that you're down to the ground and they're still
probably going to have a worse time getting up. Okay, and last that we have here are the battlefield states. So I'm going to, in this scenario, I'll take the role of defender and I'll allow you to be the attacker. The attacker.
I so much want to be the attacker.
Attacker gets initial alpha, meaning that you'll go first on the first turn. In a traditional gaming sense, the defender would have to lay out all of their side of the board first, and then the attacker would get to counterpick. So in a more competitive gaming sense, you would be able to see everything that I've got and say, okay, I've chosen a demon and a robot, and you might then want to pick the kind of Asura that would fight me better. Since we're just doing friendly gaming, we're just going with the rule of cool, whatever looks good, and we'll learn it this way. But the battlefield states have things like Umbral Fog here, which if you want to show that off, tell you what happens in the battlefield this round. Right.
So there's a fog here.
So this one's any forward Asura that it's
Roy. Any forward Asura with
a celestial type or beast type, right? Takes 2 less damage from opponents' executed skills. So that's the passive effect for this turn, and then you can earn charges for your shepherd based on the conditions.
How do you know which of these goes with the battlefield? Or is there any of these?
Just any of them.
So the other one. So you're picking one of them.
Yeah, you'll shuffle them up, and then each turn you'll flip one over, and that'll be the random effect for that turn. And then at the end of that battle round, we'll get rid of that one and turn another one over.
Okay, so we're starting with the fog. Is that what you said?
We can shuffle it up and just randomize it.
All right, this is not going to be good. Heavenly Rainfall.
Heavenly Rainfall. So during the next cooldown phase, any forward Asura with the Angel, Techno, or Trickster.
Hey, I'm Trickster.
You're Trickster, right? Type may have 2 additional cooldown tokens removed. So you'll be able to get your abilities back quicker if you're one of those types. And if an Asura executes an assist block, their shepherd immediately receives an extra charge. So it gives the kind of want to do assist blocking this turn if you want that extra charge. Yeah, it can just go on top of the rest of them.
Got it.
And then we'll just flip them over at the end of the turn.
All right.
All right, so you have the alpha this turn, sir. And
starting charges, do we put charges
Yep,
on it?
So on starting charges, your passive, I start with 3.
Same here.
And you'll notice that you have a passive on your shepherd. So on the Tech Monk, it says, if any of your Asura do damage to an opponent Asura that was damaged last turn, we receive 2 charges at combat resolution. So in turn 1, it doesn't do me a lot of good, but in every turn after that.
Is there a limit to charges?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope. And the goal in this one is to stack as many as possible.
So you said these are also victory points. So
they're also victory points. Yep.
So I have 29 hit points and 27. And that guy starts with extra ones, right?
I've got 31 and 32, 33, and 34 because of my trinket. And then over here, I start with 30.
So let's take a look at one of these cards, if that's okay.
Sure.
So we'll take a look at this Brutal Goring. So brutal goring. What do these symbols mean on it?
Well, you've got a light and a heavy attack first, and so each turn you will go through and declare which you're going to do. Since you're the alpha, I have to declare first what I'm going to do. You have to go ahead and just say, I'm going to do something on brutal goring. You don't have to tell me if you're doing the light or the heavy. Then after you've set up for your turn, I have to pick mine specifically, and then you'll come back and based on my choices say, I want to do my light or my heavy attack. The heavy attacks will generally do more damage, but the light attack will have less cooldown, so that ability will come back online quicker by doing the light attack. The symbols are, the blue is your cooldown, so you get 2 cooldown tokens on the light on this one and 5 cooldown tokens for the heavy. And then the second is how much damage it does, and since it's red, it's physical. If it was purple, it would be spiritual damage. 2 different types of damage in the game. And then the last symbol there is targeting, and the cards will always tell you what the symbols mean. So it says at execution, you may choose to target the opponent's rear Asura instead of the forward one.
I'll hit the guy in the back.
Yes, you can hit the guy in the back. If I've chosen to put my weakest guy back, you can continue to do damage with a skill like that. Whereas the heavy attack has a position change, which means at the end of the turn, you force me to change the position of mine. So if I start with Danav up front and you do the heavy version of brutal goring, at the end of combat, I have to do a position change. It forces me to have to put Devondra up front.
Well, it's mostly because you're bleeding so badly and you need the towels in the back room.
In the end game, that's a brutal one because I might be trying to hide my weakest guy, and you can just say no, he's coming back up front.
So I only need to knock out one to win.
Each time you knock one out, they get pushed to the back. They cannot be forward any longer. They lose all their passives. They can continue to do assists, but I lose 2 of my abilities as well. So your Asura are both in the game forever. If you knock both of them out, game's over immediately.
All right.
So for round 1, we go straight into positioning, which I'm going to put Danav up front. I think you've chosen to do Umamu.
He has.
Okay.
He started running before I even told him what to do.
I was going to say, he kind of is not real controllable. Not really controllable. So we've done that. Now, Alpha in turn 1 would next...
Leroy Umamu.
We'd be choosing Alpha state next, but Alpha in turn 1 is already figured out by the attacker, which is you, so you've got Alpha.
Is it speed that determines Alpha?
Speed of both your Asura, so like Umamu's beasts are typically very fast, so he's a speed 4, which is very quick. I have 2 and 3 on mine, so you have a very good...
speed 5.
He's speed 5 because of your trinket, and then you add the speed of the last ability that he did. Beasts are really good at maintaining Alpha, so they can keep you in charge of the turn.
So this heavy -3 means my next turn I'm slower.
You're slower if you execute the heavy, right? So very much like that video game fighting style, if you do some really big heavy attack, it might take you a little bit of time to get back up off the ground. So you've swung that heavy weapon, right? So speed and maintaining Alpha is the way some of the combos work. Some combinations of Asura really want to maintain Alpha the whole game in order to always dictate the pace, whereas others play a little bit more cagey and don't care who Alpha is. They can soak a little bit more damage with a little more health like I have, and ours are really based around being able to target and manipulate like how you're positioned. So I can maybe push Umamu to the back and bring Jahani, the weaker one, up front and beat on him for a while.
He's not weaker.
Well,
he's just
a little bit more tricky.
He has some pretty good cards here. I don't want to spoil it. I know you haven't seen any of this stuff, so you have no idea.
I have no idea what you're about to do. Every Asura in the game is amazing. Like I said,
I don't have an idea what I'm.
Every game that we've taught, we just say, hey, pick what you think looks cool. Like you have, you can have a ton of fun regardless of what you pick. There's no OP combos, so to speak. It only becomes OP when you've played the game enough that you kind of understand the pacing and how to chain your attacks together in the right way to have things off cooldown when you need them at the right point in the game. But for now, we just want to slug each other.
All right. So what do we do? How do we start this up?
So we're going to go straight into combat. We go straight into combat. So what you do, you'll notice that down here you've got a
bell sound effect. That'd be good.
You've got a declared and executed token in front of you. Yes. And so what you'll do is for your forward Asura, you'll take that and you'll put declared on whichever card you're planning to use one of the abilities from.
Got it. And I say first because I'm attacking.
You're attacking, so but you don't have to say which one. So executed is used when I say I have to do this specific one. You're just going to say declare that you're using something on one of those cards.
Well, I'm going to declare I'm going to start with this Rend and Drag.
Okay, perfect. That one only has a heavy, so I kind of know what you're doing there.
I am. I'm just running in with my fist raised. It seems...
Just come in begin charging. So now I, as the defender, have to declare everything. I have to declare for both of my Asura, and I have to tell you exactly what I'm doing. So since I've got Danav forward, I'm going to go ahead and...
Why would you declare with your other one?
Because I'm the defender, so I have to show you everything. The attacker gets the benefit.
In the back. Is there stuff that can be used from the back?
Yep. Yep. But you don't have to do that because you have the alpha, and as the attacker, you don't have to show your whole hand of cards. The defender does.
Okay.
So the attacker is basically always on a more stable footing for understanding what's going on. So I have to go ahead and execute. So I'm going to go ahead and execute. I think I'm going to do Nightmarish Impact. I'm going to do the heavy for Nightmarish Impact. And then I am going to tag in with... you can only use light abilities when you're tagging, but I'm going to go ahead and tag in with Dual Energy Cycle.
That sounds
from the back.
Not bad at all.
And so that's me. That's what I can do. Now that you know what I'm doing, you can now react. If you know, because now as the attacker, you can say, okay, well, you've chosen to do a lot of damage to my forward guy, so it might make you choose to block to stop some of that damage, because you know that my heavy is going to do 8 spiritual damage and my light is going to do 4 spiritual damage on this one. And I can convert this one to physical if I want, and this one will stun your Asura.
Well, that's rude. I don't think there's anything I can really do, is there?
Yeah, you can. I mean, all of your light attacks will do more damage, so you can always just look at. I mean, he's got one that rolls a random amount of damage, which is always fun.
Yeah, I feel like I have to do that just based on sheer.
Just to roll, I'm going to give you the dice.
Trickster's Burst. Yes.
And on your side here, you'll turn that to executed. It's the only one that you've got is the heavy on that one, right? And it's really that simple. That's the combat phase, is deciding and rope-a-doping each other as to what abilities we're going to use to match the need for that turn. And so we'll go ahead and put an amount of cooldown on each one based on that blue number. So my heavy
1, 2, 3,
is 7.
5, 6. So typically one comes off per turn, but there's other things you can do to get it off.
You got it. There are abilities from your other Asura as well as your
light
Shepherd.
is only 3.
Yeah, the lights are a lot better, except mine. Mine's chonky and takes 5.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel better, you know.
You're fine. It's all fine.
So now what's the order we do all this in?
So the alpha gets to declare damage first, so all of your abilities will happen before mine.
All of them?
All of your abilities happen for your tag and your
I plan to go
forward.
first the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's the thing, is maintaining alpha is really good, because if you knock one of my Asura out later in the game, then my ability does not trigger. So if I get knocked down to 0 health based on your going first, then all of my bets are off on my side for that guy. I would still get the tag, but usually a lot less impact. So maintaining alpha is really, really strong, which is why I want to go ahead and stun him so he doesn't have an effect next turn if I can. All right, so you'll choose in whatever order you want. You'll apply damage.
Well, I like to do this. I have a trick up my sleeve. Maybe.
I like
I'm just guessing.
I like it.
He's going to hit you first. So he goes first. So
Yep.
We already put the penalty on him. So let's take a look at this card, because there's, again, symbols on it and text. So this looks like he's going to do 8 damage.
8 physical damage, yep.
So that just happens, or no, you have armor of 4.
No, I haven't chosen to block. Armor only comes into play when I choose to block.
Good. All right, then these arrows next to it mean what?
So first off, I take the full 8. So that's going to take...
Oh, these symbols are basically telling me what the text is?
You got it.
So, okay, so it's not symbols plus text, it's symbols or
We've
text,
defined everything on the card, so you don't have to refer to the rule book. It just gets you into understanding what those symbols do for quicker play as you go. But yeah, right underneath it tells you exactly what the positioning
Wait, so
change
you're
does.
just taking 8 damage?
I take 8 damage. It's that easy.
Okay, but the good news about this, me using this one, is now we do a positioning change.
But I'm indomitable, which says when this Asura is in the forward position, I cannot be forced to make positioning changes, nor can I receive the status position lock.
But mine says cancels indomitable. Oh. I'm going to write that. Give me a pen. Okay, does this mean, though, that I'm locked? Does that mean I still switch?
It says you have to make a positioning change.
It's still tricky, then. And then...
Yep.
Locked.
And now you do your light.
Okay.
So this one does D6 spiritual damage, I believe.
It does. Don't fail me. And this is to the front line. How do we know? So I'm still a little. So they're both attacking.
All damage
but
is
only
applied.
The person in the front is
all damage is applied to the front unless you have the targeting ability and specifically decide to target the rear, which none of us have done this turn.
Now this one says a +2. Does that mean?
That's +2 to its speed.
Next turn.
So next turn, when he's forward, his speed will go up to 5. He has a base speed of 3 +2 for the fact on the light attack, so he'll have a fast speed.
Alrighty. Well, let's roll 6 here real quick. Oh well.
So I take an additional 3. Not bad doing 11 damage in one turn.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
All right. So you're done. And so now.
And we're going to call it. We did the damage. We're good.
You did more damage. You win.
Battle's over. We win.
You win. Except for that little fact that if you get to write in rules, can I write in some rules? I get an extra 2 charges when you bail early. And so
I haven't bailed it. That was just a joke. Unama's really bad about it. So this is position lock. Is that just for the round?
Does he say that you're position locked on the heavy?
It says yes. You both receive status position locked.
Okay, gotcha. So we're both position locked. I cannot be position locked if I'm in the forward here, but you are. And so yeah, you've now switched positions and are position locked.
When does that come off?
What?
Position lock.
Next turn.
Okay, so it's not forever.
No. Nope.
It just to stop me from.
It only goes one extra round.
Stupid indomitable guy. Let's say you didn't have him, you could.
You would have then forced me to do this and locked me to where when I have the chance I can't move away. I have to leave my guy up. So obviously better late game when you have more damage applied because then you can kind of force me into a bad spot. All right. Okay, so now I apply damage back. So I will go with the heavy here.
I don't know why I did that. There we go.
There you go, yeah. And so you'll take 8 spiritual damage to Amamu because he was forward.
Explain how blocking works.
So when you block, you can choose when you tag. You've got this assist block token. It's blocking and assist blocking. If we had chosen to, you could have with Johanny, you could have chosen to assist block. An assist block would allow his armor value of 4 to reduce any damage to the forward Asura by that amount. And that's every application of damage. So if I did 8 from Danav, it would have reduced it to 4. And if I'm doing 5 from here, it would have reduced it to 1. It's each time it's taking and minusing by 4 each damage application. So it's very, very strong, but he also receives 2 cooldown tokens when you assist block. And because he would be on cooldown the next turn, you've taken him out of the fight for a round in order to do that. So it costs to do the block.
Well, he has 2 come off.
Well, then it doesn't cost to do the block.
But I get what you're saying. But if I'm doing a assist block or a block, I am not using one of these.
Right, you're choosing to not use an ability. Your forward Asura can also choose to block. He does not receive cooldowns by doing so, but doesn't get to do anything. So generally something that you do later game where you're worried more about taking the health and maybe being broken, which is the knocked out phase. So right now, not really applicable. We just want to punch each other, so it works well. So Umamu is going to take 8 spiritual damage.
Real quick before we do.
Yeah.
This is when any friendly Asura executes an Asura skill. Am I friendly to myself?
You are, yep.
Then I would like to add an extra token to do an extra damage.
Okay. So I will take an additional 1.
I was drinking some wine.
Well, there you go. 12 damage.
Yeah. Those watching at home, just watch what's about to happen. I can read numbers from across the board, you know.
12 damage. 12 damage. Now, that's what makes this game go really quickly, though, is we really wanted to pace it such that you're doing big chunks of hits. You're seeing that life total go down pretty chunky each turn. All right, so back at you. So with my Nightmarish Impact Heavy, I'm going to do 8 spiritual damage to Amamu.
Okay, what else does that do?
And it stuns him. So you receive 2 cooldown tokens on Umamu.
So the good news is that...
they go on Umamu.
Why on Umamu?
Because he was forward at the time. That's who your damage is applied to.
Oh, it's still applied to him?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a little confused on that one.
So the positioning change, it affects you for next round, right? So you're up, and then whenever you get to the positioning, it forces a positioning change, but the damage is still applied to him because he was forward at the time that we chose all of our actions.
Okay, well then you're going to take 8 health back. Interesting.
Yeah, so imagine that it's all the damage is applied simultaneously, and then all of those effects occur at that time. So we're smacking on each other, and then Umamu is doing that positioning change right after.
All right, so he's stunned. Well, I don't like that, actually.
Yep. But the good thing is he got pushed to the back, so he's not going to take the brunt of the damage next turn.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So
Good thing.
Lucked out a little. All right. So that was my executed attack there. And then on my dual energy cycle, it says if your rear Asura executes a tag, which you did, you may convert this Asura's skill damage and the executed tag skills damage into the other damage type. I don't need to do that. You're just going to take 4 spiritual damage here.
So for a total of what?
4 and 8, 12 total.
Oh, 12. I've heard that number before with some condescending. Oh, you did good, Tom.
I'm trying to keep you energized. So
now we're real.
Yep. Now all of the effects happen, and so I would have to change, except that Danav has Indomitable and cannot be forced into a position change or a
How do you change on your own accord? Let's say you do want to change. I'm assuming at some point you.
Yeah, at some point in time I'm going to need to, because if I'm going to leave him up for another turn, you're going to beat on him a little bit more. But Umamu's stunned here. Unless you have an ability that takes the cooldown tokens off, he's not going to be able to tag in. So I'm really just going to take Johanni's damage this turn. So I'm going to leave him forward and take the gamble that you're not going to be able to remove tokens here. If you can, then I'm going to take more damage than I probably want to, and then the following turn I'm probably going to have to get Danav out of the way.
Actually, I could.
If you cast your spells.
If I cast spells here, but it seems like a huge waste. It's so tempting, though.
Well, so after combat phase is over, now we go through and we do the cooldown phase. So we remove 1 cooldown from everything on the board.
Except he gets 2 off of it.
He gets 2. Cheater.
I really like that.
Yeah. Anything, you start to realize that.
Actually, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. They just get 1 less when I do them.
Same difference. Okay, yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit different because I'm only pulling 1 off next turn.
Right.
Instead of 2.
Instead of 2, you got it. Yeah, cooldown manipulation in this game is one of the best resources you can get, either from your spells, from your shepherd, or from abilities that you block together.
How do I get these charges?
Read your class passive.
Oh, when you turn after the first that you are alpha, you get 2 charges at the end.
Yeah.
And what's yours?
Mine is that if any of my Asura do damage to an opponent's Asura that was damaged in the previous round, I gain 2. So we're both out of gaining any extra in round 1 because we're locked out. I can't do damage to a previous damaged Asura because round 1 didn't have any damage, and you can't because you've got to maintain alpha this turn in order for that to kick in.
When can I cast these spells?
We do that now. Right after combat, we go into the cooldown phase and then spell casting, which is now.
I am gonna try this.
And we need to look at battlefield state too, because you might get more charges, right? It says during the next cooldown phase, any forward Asura with the Angel, Techno, or Trickster type may have 2 additional cooldown tokens removed from its Asura skills, however its Shepherd chooses. So technically, you can take 2 more cooldowns off of Johanni since the position change put him forward. Right? And then if an Asura executes an assist block, their Shepherd immediately receives 1 charge, which we didn't do. Nobody blocked. So now we go to spell casting. So we didn't get any extra charges, and you can choose to cast spells.
I'm going to do that, I think. I'm going to take these off. It says I can take off 5 total, so I'll take off 1 and then 4 more here.
Rotten bastard.
You knocked me down, but I got up again.
No! I'm not going to cast these spells.
Beast Mage. Yeah, but I lost 2 points to do that. But I feel like...
If you can maintain alpha, you start gaining a lot more.
I get these back. It says if I am alpha. I think I'm alpha. Maybe I'm wrong here. We're comparing speeds, right?
Yep.
So I'm 3, but the spell I used last turn
you're definitely gonna be alpha because I'm only speed 2 and my heavy is a -3, so I'm -1.
And negatives matter if it was -1, -2? Okay, but 5. This is a speedy
Danav is not real quick, not really into being alpha, but can tank and do the things that prevent you having alpha from really being as devastating.
What phase were we just in?
So we were in spellcasting phase. This is all here. So we're at the bottom at the spellcasting phase, so now we go to turn 2.
Okay.
And we're back into the battlefield phase. So this battlefield is now over. We've done the charges and counts from that, and then we flip over to the next one.
All right, let's see where we are here, folks. Look at this card, the Umbral Fog. Wait, weren't we just in the Umbral Fog? No, that was one we talked about.
Yeah, that's the one we talked about.
So if you're a Celestial Beast or whatever in the front, you take 2 less from your skills. Oh, but it's too late for Beast to get in the front, right?
But Beast is not in the front anymore. Yep. So neither one of us benefit from that one.
If you force or prevent a positioning change with your Asura skills, you get 2 charges. Okay, so I won't be doing that garbage to you because
Yes, please do.
Now.
You need to do that this turn.
Now. All right, so that was the battlefield phase. Now we're at positioning phase.
Yep. But we're both position locked, right? I can't be, so I could choose to change.
Is what it comes
you are.
off?
Now you can take it off, but you got to keep them in that way.
Okay.
And now it's back to alpha.
Wait, so it says I get 2 charge at the end of the alpha
End of the,
phase.
yep.
So this is where you see who's the alpha. It's me, and I get 2 charges.
You got it.
So that's not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, you start to see that passive and building up tokens so that you can either choose to cast those spells, which for you are very
I'm
good.
glad I didn't pick slow people then.
Yeah.
With this. Okay. Nice. So again, I'm first.
Yep. You maintain the alpha, so you get to declare your attacks first.
And it's coming from the guy in the front.
Jahani now has to declare, yep. And you don't have to tell me which you're using, you just have to pick the card.
Doing something from his destabilizing field.
That doesn't sound good to me.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's basically some Turkish delight on a moonlit night.
So I'm thinking that I want to keep some pressure up here. So I'm going to use Cunning Leader. And I'm going to tag in. Wow. Yeah, I don't have any positioning change stuff that I can do to you to get those charges, so I just got to go all out attack, don't I? And then I'm going to use Missile Salvo because giant robots should shoot missiles.
Here? It doesn't say a minus or a plus.
That's alpha take, so that means you just get alpha.
That's funny. Okay, I'm going to be using the. I'm going to do the light one here.
Yep.
And then I tell you which one I'm doing here. This one's going to be heavy.
Okay.
So now we put the tokens on them?
Yep. Now we put the cooldown tokens on.
So this one's only going to be 2.
Mine again is 7. I'm going all in.
Well, this one's also 7, so don't feel bad. 7. It's a heavy attack, but it ain't heavy. It's my brother.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Devandra's lights are all very expensive, so that's 5 over here because they also are very good. All right, tell me the bad news. How much damage am I taking?
Bad news is I'm lighter than you, but okay. I can do these attacks in either order.
Any order you choose.
Let's do this one first, heavy one.
Okay.
Oh, this matters. Okay, so this is only going to do 6 damage to you, which is not bad, but all of your executed skills. Oh, you don't have any executed?
Yeah, 2.
Oh, okay. All of them are going to do damage less equal to whatever I roll on the die.
What?
All right, so
1. This is going to be a 1.
Oh! I'll take 6 less damage from each of your guys. That's.
And how does it read? He takes less damage? Or my skills all do less damage?
It just says your skills do 6 less damage this turn.
Ugh. Does it say forward or all of them?
All opponents, including Indomitable. No, it doesn't. Because all opponents executed, Asura skills do D6 less damage. Oh no, it says roll separately per skill.
Okay.
So,
so I'm doing 6. I'm doing 6 less damage on this one.
I would have rolled for the front guy. So now let me roll for the back guy. He only has 3 less damage.
Boy, talk about being neutered. That was great because I was about to really hurt you. All right, and I take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ouch.
Now this one says I can target the guy in the rear.
Yes, but you don't have to.
I don't know if I want to though. It's fun at that guy in the front.
Probably better to keep pummeling me.
I think I will. Normally I might not. So yeah, 3 more to him.
3 more
That's
damage.
There's nothing else special about this one.
All right. I did that wrong. Boom.
Oops. This has 1 less.
So down to 13. All right. I'm going to then this is going to suck because I'm doing 6 less damage, aren't I?
How much damage does it do normally?
It normally does 7, so
don't hit me for 1.
I'm doing a total of 1. But I'm going to go ahead and use the targeting and do it to Umamo.
Rude.
Well, I was going to do 7. I had a big plan.
Oh, you were going to do 7 to my rear guy?
I needed you to not roll that 6, is what I needed you to do.
This guy only does 3 less damage.
But his was only doing 4. So, but he's also targeting the rear. So we'll go ahead and do 1.
Good job, Drunken Johanny.
Yeah,
you
1.
have saved Mamu's bacon.
But my my passive is that I can load this onto a different skill if I'd like to. Nah, I think I'll leave it there. All right.
So that was the combat phase?
That was the combat phase. But
I know I asked this and you already answered, but I don't remember. How do you switch on purpose?
Your positioning, when we get to the position phase, you can choose to. And since we didn't do any locks this turn, then we can change our position as needed.
Got it, okay.
Right? But my passive kicks in, my class passive. I damaged Umamu, who was damaged last turn, so I go ahead and get 2 more charges at the end of combat.
And cooldown.
And now we go to cooldown, and we take a cooldown off.
I'm back.
I'm running out of cool things to do here.
Yeah, you're using all your big attacks early.
Oh, that's 6.
Kids, is what you
that
should do.
6 was brutal. The only randomness in the game is killing me. That was great.
Yeah, randomness.
That's what Johanny's good for right there, wrecking people's games. All right, so after we've done cooldown, then we go to spell casting. So again, we can choose to cast some spells.
I am choosing not to.
I have to determine if I'm going to try to move people this next turn, huh? That's not really going to help me. No, I'm not going to cast anything.
Okay.
I'm going to stick it out. We're going to see if we can survive another round.
All right, let's
with 13 health.
This battlefield phase.
Yep. So on this one, none of the battlefield effects change. The charge conditions, or if we prevent a positioning change or do a positioning change, we get charges. That didn't happen either.
I deliberately did not do that because you can stop it. So.
Yep. Exactly.
Let's take a look at this card here. The stable. The defender's executed tags do 1 more damage. If a rear Asura does not execute a tag this turn, they get 2 charges. Oh, that's so interesting.
So now it's like, do you... The randomness of the battlefield effects is really good. So now if you don't execute a tag...
Well, let's see a positioning first.
Yeah.
So who decides first?
The alpha does. You can ask me to do it as well. You get to dictate that. I'm going to leave
him in the back. He's a little tired. He's drinking some Gatorade.
I'm gonna stay this way.
So foolish. All right, so that's positioning now. Alpha phase, and we're all using the guy who's in the front, right?
Yep, only your forward Asura speed counts.
So my speed is 3, and this was a +0, so I'm just 3.
You're a base 3. I'm a 2, and I'm with my heavy, I'm at -2, so I'm back to 0 again. so you remain alpha.
Which is great, which gives me 2 more tokens. I like that a lot. All right.
And now back to combat.
I'm going to... And
it says that we just does not execute a tag. Yep.
I'm going to do a flick of the wrist.
A flick of the wrist. All right.
Which is either a light stun attack or a heavy attack. Actually, you didn't put your things out yet. I lied. I'm going to do Trickster's Burst again.
Rolling those dice.
I can't help myself.
I see you. It's an addiction. It's great. All right. I am going to... I'm going to do the heavy version of Sucker Punch. And, oh boy. Am I going to choose to do nothing here and get the 2 charge tokens? Or do I need to do some damage? Big questions. I think I'm going to go ahead and risk it, and I'm going to go ahead and do Indo Driver as well. I don't think I can let you not take damage this turn. Keep the pressure on.
Yeah, we're going to do Wine of the Gods heavy.
You can only do the light from a tag. When you're tagging with your rear, it's only the light effect that can happen.
That's what I said. Perfect. Light. Got it. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
But
Show me the goods.
Heavy over here.
Show me the goods. Is it 2d6?
It is. But 3, 4. But I've used up my good rolls, so you should be happy with that.
I need 6 cooldowns on this guy.
When does execution happen? Does it happen as we're putting these on?
Yeah.
Okay. So when this one says execution, I can add or remove 3 from a friendly skills as you choose. Interesting. Now normally I'd want to subtract them, but he has an attack here that's good for more with more symbols on it. That being said, I'm going to take 3 off of this.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
So what am I taking? Please roll ones. Please roll ones. Please roll ones. No 6s. No whammies.
Oh, 9. No, 9 is good. You should be thankful for 9. Okay, now, you know, talking about counting your blessings, what I needed to kill you was 10.
Oh, really? Oh, because you got damage coming over here?
Yeah, from 3.
I think
That's 3.
I think I'm pretty roasted anyway. Oof. Oof. All right, and then I'm taking 3 over here?
Yes. So you're down to 1.
1.
Yeah, but I know it's the loneliest number, but you are still okay.
1. I am still alive. I am still alive. Danav is hanging in there. All right.
And next turn you can use block.
All right. So right
so
back
you're
at
really
you.
close to kill my guy.
Well, he hasn't taken any, and I don't have the ability to target. If last turn you hadn't rolled that 6, I had him down to what, 12? Down to 3?
You know what?
I would have knocked him out this turn.
But
best laid plans.
Let's go back in time and look at the 6 that was rolled, and we will remember the happiness and joy that comes from that.
There was much happiness and joy from your side for sure. So Sucker Punch is going to hit you for 6 physical. And the opponent, Asura, damaged by this skill is stunned. So he gets 2 cooldown tokens.
I'm mostly stunned you did anything.
Just because I'm down to 1. Now you're getting all cocky.
No, you stunned me though. That's like taking me out. I don't like that, being stunned.
Yes. Yes. And then the Indo Driver here is going to target Umamu. And it's going to do 3 physical. And the opponent's rear Asura takes 2 additional physical. So it's going to do a total of 5. And because I damaged your guy who was damaged last turn again, I get an additional 2. And that's it for me.
All right, so that's combat and cooldown.
So now cooldown phase, we take 1 off of everything again. 1 off of my amazingly huge stack. Danav does great things. Both of these guys do great things, but I don't have a way to remove cooldowns, so it's kind of like, well.
Seems like things that remove cooldown are pretty awesome.
They're really awesome, yeah. And all of the shepherds have a way to remove some, which is really good because it can bring a skill back online. So you're never at a point where you can't do anything, but it costs you your victory points in order to do that.
All right, then spell casting. Okay, so
I'm playing the Outlast game over here, but I think I got to cast spells now.
This costs 3. But I think I'm just going to do it. The Grimoire of the Beast. This says I can heal up to 3 damage from any Asura.
Mine.
So this will be this guy.
Mine.
Or
you should heal
6.
me.
And you may do 3 total physical damage to any Asura.
Oh, well, you should do that to yourself.
I'm going to take you out.
Why would you do that here?
And I also alpha take.
Oh, womp, womp, womp. Okay, so we have a broken Asura. So you've broken Danav.
This is why I did it.
Yeah.
Not to hurt you, but so that people could see what happens.
No, that's perfect. Well, and also to win. But yeah, so
I'm trying to win.
As a broken Asura, I can't be in the forward position, so it immediately forces a position change on me, so I'm in the rear. I have to remove 2 of my skills. I get to choose which 2, but I lose the ability to have 2 of these skills on the board. So I'm probably going to... And I can only ever execute tags, so I'm going to definitely get rid of Cunning Leader because it only has a heavy on it, so it does me no good when he's knocked out because he can't be in the forward, he can't do any heavy attacks. So I'm going to want to leave abilities that only have lights or have good light abilities on them. So I'm probably going to want to keep, obviously, this one because I can do something with it. And which one of these has fewer cooldowns on it? 5.
Now you said the
4.
winner here.
So I'll leave that one.
After totaling all charges, whoever has the most charges is the winner. So it doesn't even matter if I knock you out.
If you knock out both, it's an instant win for you. That's an overriding condition. So if you kill Devondra as well before the end of the game, if you knock me both out, then you win. It ends at the end of the 7 turns. So we're down through 3 now, so we have 4 more left.
Oh, we're not making it that long.
So yeah, you've already done a number on me here. So I'm going to leave these 2 skills. I'm in the rear position now. I cannot heal a knocked out Asura, so you can't. There's no way to bring a knocked out Asura back into the game. They're always playable, but they can now only tag in with light attacks. So I can't heal. Again, why being alpha becomes so important, because you being able to cast that spell and knock me out prevents me from doing my spell that would heal him back up. So good job. So now we're good.
What if there's something that does damage to the rear, doesn't do anything?
You can't apply damage to him anymore, so now that takes targeting out of the equation from your end. You can't do any more damage to him. But he can also not assist block anymore, so he can only execute tags.
Okay.
So I can't prevent damage. I can't assist in any way other than do some damage. I'm not.
Okay. So
I was, but now you killed me, so no.
Now we go back to the battlefield phase.
Yep.
And so
flip that one over. Pick a new one.
All right, let's take a look here. Stable. Hey, this is the same thing. I executed the... Oh, wait, you know what? You did 1 extra damage for your stuff.
Oh, I should be doing one each. Correct.
Actually... No, you hit him twice.
No, I hit 1 here and 1 there.
But you did 2 damage.
It only takes 1. Execute tags do 1 additional damage. So he'll take 1 and he'll take 1 additional. Because I did 1 attack focused on him and 1 attack focused on him.
Okay.
Right. It's just each application of damage does 1
So if the rear one does not execute a tag, you'll get 2. Does that include use? Oh, yeah, because you don't have to.
Yeah, now might be a good time for me not to, because the tokens might be better for me now. Last turn I did because I needed to be piling damage on. But
so
now,
I don't understand what this gain alpha works, because there's an alpha phase coming up here. Mm-hmm. So you could still take it?
If I had, now I'm knocked out, so now I can't, so you'll maintain alpha. With beasts, you're in a pretty good position to be able to maintain alpha the whole game.
Can I switch these now if I want?
Yeah, and the positioning, you can choose to change. I cannot. I can only have Devondra.
I so choose.
Okay, perfect. And then in the alpha phase,
2 more tokens. Ba-da-dum-ba-ba. I'm loving it. All right. Combat phase.
Well, in alpha phase, I count for a 4 because I'm a 3 plus 1 for my forward Asura.
So you do get it then?
And you're, well, no, because you're still a 4, and what was yours? You already start.
I'm a 5.
You're 5. And what was the skill that he executed?
Oh, he did a heavy skill, didn't he?
No, he did a light.
Oh no, just take alpha.
Yeah, it's an alpha take, so you maintain alpha anyway.
But this also is an alpha take.
On a spell, yep.
So
is that the one you cast?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. So I had no hope.
What if 2 people play an alpha take spell?
Then you roll a die. You add the speed of your forward Asura plus your die roll.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, declaring the guy in the front. So I can't force you to do a positioning change because it wouldn't really do anything. But it would force me to do a positioning change. Now that's interesting.
Yeah, that would be good on one of those last battlefields where if you did it, you got extra charges.
I see your guy? He is magic. You're magic all around. I don't like that at all, actually.
Yeah, he can only do spiritual damage to you.
Because this adrenaline is pretty good because it would make you do 3 less physical damage.
Yep.
But you're going to be hitting me with other stuff.
Yep.
So I really don't have a lot of options here. So I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to do this heavy, rend and drag.
Okay. I am going to have to do my, yeah. We're going to go ahead and do Defender Protocol heavy.
Now I'm doing nothing with him because I can't, right? Because he has one of these on him.
One went away. He's still stunned, so he can't do anything, which means you're going to get the charges by default because you can't execute a tag. So now it puts me in a position where should I do nothing? Because I'm already kind of on the back foot. I don't know that the damage I can do is worth more than the charges I gain.
He's acting like he's all hurt. You have 30 health. I have 32. All right. You were a robot. That was one of the original robots they considered for Voltron.
Yes.
But
yes.
He was considered too...
He formed the left foot. He was the left foot of Voltron.
You know, my grandmother bought me Voltron robots when I was a kid, but she didn't buy me the pink one because she said that one was for girls.
Right.
So I had a Voltron with one leg.
Oh my gosh, that's right, because you had to have the full set. I never had Voltron, I had Godaiken. Do you remember these Godaiken ones? It was the one that had like a big lion. It was, I don't know if they were before or after, at the same time, same concept, right? Big, huge, but it all came in the same one, and it was all lions and tigers and stuff, but it was, I was always like, I wanted Voltron. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to not do anything. I'm not going to execute a tag because I need those charges. If you're getting them, I need them. I can't let you have something I don't have.
All right, so this one has 6 charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As does mine.
And then I'm doing a positioning lock on mine, making him switch, but you're still hitting this guy.
Yep.
And that does, I'm sorry, 8 damage to you.
8 physical?
Yep.
All right. I receive 1 less, so 7 because of my trinket.
Jim Crimmins says he understands it's a learn-teach game. How long does a game normally last once you go back and forth pretty fast?
About 30 to 45 minutes was what we were targeting, so that once both players know the speed of the game and have a good feel for the Asura. So there's going to be a little bit of learning and momentum there when you're discovering all of your combos for the different pairings, but about 30 to 45 minutes to play a good 5 to 7 rounds. You can see that it's the repetition gets really ingrained after a moment. You're already picking up on it. You kind of already know the stages and already making the decisions pretty quick.
I would have taken 1 different card, I think, but no, it's for future.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is that as you learn, looking at the skills, looking at the battlefield states and how they fit your different combos, it has a tremendous amount of replayability because you can see how even playing, if we just re-racked with the same characters but changed out a couple of the skills that we had to choose from, you can see how your pairing might have a lot more power.
All right.
All right, so I took that damage, no damage from there.
So you're just doing one with your main guy.
Back at you, I'm just hitting you with 6 physical.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 6 spiritual.
Yes, because I would have tried to block it otherwise.
Right, and it says this skill executed by the opponent's forward Asura does 2 less damage. Oh, so I should get 2 back because I blocked 2 extra from your front guy.
Okay.
With my skill. Defender
By the way, you're
Protocol.
seeing us use these stacks of cards for hit points, but you have an app for it.
Yeah, we also have an amazing app that allows us to, if I set this up real quick, you've got Johanny, and then you've got Umamu, and then on my end, I've got Devendra and Danav, right? And then we're done. So if you want to throw that over on the board, it shows that it gives you all of the life totals. It's a free app on both the App Store on iTunes and the Google Play Store. So you can get the Age of Angra app, just search for Age of Angra, and it lets you set up your characters there, and you can track all the life on your phone or
It's
your
pretty
iPad.
easy to see, folks, with just the lighting on it. Lights on a thing don't look as good. And that shows you their starting abilities. Okay.
Yep.
So I hit you, you hit me.
Yep.
Then we're back down to the cooldown phase.
We both get 2 extra tokens here for not executing those. I hit Umamu yet again, which gives me an additional 2, right? Mm-hmm. And my skill has alpha take on it.
I don't know what that means.
So I am going to steal alpha unless yours does as well.
I doubt it. It does not.
Ha! So I'm going to prevent you from getting your 2 charges this turn, and I get to be alpha for once.
Oh, we've given up on the winning by that way.
All right, but I have to do something here because I have no abilities off cooldown. So when we go to cooldown and we remove 1 off of everything, unfortunately, right, I still have my only character loaded up, so it puts me in a bad spot. I don't have anything I can do.
I'm using my Celestial Wind, which costs 2, to remove 5 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it like that instead. I'll leave 1 on this one.
So I'm going to have to do kinetic transfer. It costs 1, right? It removes any amount of cooldown tokens from any 1 Asura skill, and if I do, that Asura receives 2 physical damage. So I am going to, boy, this is a big one here. I think he has 9 health. I don't have anything that does 9 damage. And you've got something that prevents physical, right? You've got an ability that reduces physical damage?
It does.
So I probably don't want to do that anyway. I'm going to go ahead and remove them all from Defender Protocoling.
I like it.
And I would take 2 damage, but because of my trinket, I receive 1 less physical damage from every damage source. So I'm going to take 1 damage. Boop. As part of my spell. All right. What do we got?
Round 5.
What do we got?
Gravity Surge. If any of the defender's auras do physical damage, increase it by 1.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah,
I should have chosen the 8. I could have knocked you out.
If a shepherd's aura do 8 or more total physical damage, they receive 2 charges.
Well, that ain't me, because I can't do physical damage this turn.
But you can do that. Okay. Well, you decide what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll declare Defender Protocol.
So now I have tagged and executed. So the tagged is him, the executed's over here, right? And I can only do lights with him.
You can only tag with Umamu, and then the executed's over here, because Johanny's in the front.
So this might be where I want to do a blocking thing.
Could to prevent some damage, yep, because he blocks for 3, so to reduce all of incoming damage, spiritual or physical, by your shield amount there. It does, when you assist block, it does stun him, basically, so it puts 2 cooldown tokens on your Asura that does the assist block, so he won't be available next turn unless you cast a spell to remove those cooldowns from him. Or have a skill that you can do that removes the cooldowns.
I don't think you can do enough to do it. Kill me.
I can't. I can do 6. I don't have anything that...
Yeah, I never believe anyone who says this stuff to me. You take less physical damage?
1 less physical damage from all sources.
Oh, then we won't do any physical damage to you.
All right. Well, I am going to do the heavy, of course.
So this is 5.
I'll put those 6 back on.
This one is 6. Hey, I'm doing that one where I subtract from your damage again. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, Oh, by a die roll?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to roll a 6 again, are you?
Doesn't matter. Any negative minus damage is good for me in this situation.
You're going to roll a 0.
You ready? A 3.
3. All right. So my 6 spiritual damage gets reduced to 3 on Johani. I can't attack Umamo.
That's right. You are hitting
in the back this turn.
Okay.
And I get to, on my passive, I'm going to go ahead and, no, I don't think, yeah, you know what? I'm going to choose to go ahead and put those on Indo Driver instead, because my passive allows me to put them to another. But I can only do it to a skill that does not already have cooldown tokens, so I can't do that. So never mind. So you take your wonderful 3 damage to Johani, and that's it. That's what I got.
Then I hit you for 6 and 3. And it's all magical for some reason.
All magical for some reason? Oh, and you take 4 spiritual damage from my tag. Does this get reduced too?
Oh, you were hitting me with that.
Yeah, with the tag on the light.
Oh, then
does it get reduced as well?
By 1.
By 1, so you'll take 3 spiritual damage. Okay.
All right. Oh, I didn't see no 9 come off of there.
What's that?
9.
Oh, 9 damage.
All right, let's see. When I do this, I can take 3 cooldown tokens. Well, that's interesting.
Forgot to load this guy up.
That's going to open up. I wish you had more physical stuff.
It's all on cooldown, and I lost my big physical ones here. Well, I chose to take them away.
What's the difference between block and assist blocking?
When you block, you're doing that with your forward Asura, so instead of doing a skill, you're just choosing to reduce incoming damage. It has no effect on him, he can still do his stuff. When you assist block, you take away the damage from your forward Asura, but you put your assister on cooldown.
I'll take off. I don't know which one you're going to hit first. I'll just take 3 off this one.
Okay.
All right.
So at combat, I get 2 because I damaged Johani, who was damaged last turn.
Then, okay. Anything else? Then cooldowns?
That's it. Then cooldowns. All right.
Casting any spells?
I am, oh boy. Can you do 15? You could roll that. Oh no, it's off cooldown, right? Your 2d6 one is on cooldown?
It is off cooldown.
Oh, it's off cooldown. Oh, if you roll boxcars, I die.
But if I roll double
you know what?
You live.
You know what? I'm not going to cast a spell. I'm going to give you the glory of rolling those boxcars. Hunting for those boxcars if you want to,
Yeah,
sir.
before you do that, I'm doing Grimoire of the Beast. So I'm going to heal 3 on this. No, on him. So that's 12, 13, 14, but more importantly, you're taking 3 physical, which is only 2, I realize.
Only 2.
But more importantly,
Oh, that's right, because it does 2.
take alpha back.
Ah! All right. Mine was an alpha take as well, so that puts us in a die roll off.
Not a problem.
All right, so I get 1.
I haven't seen your die rolling skills
and I'm a
yet.
3. You're a 3. So this is just how
3.
it goes. Oh.
Na 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 na.
I call shenanigans.
Na, na, na.
I call shenanigans.
Hey, these are your dice. I have dice.
Technically, I gave this to you guys. They're now your dice.
Oh.
All right, so you're alpha.
That's correct.
Everything's going against me, but I'm sticking it out.
Oh, that's
Positioning changes.
Yes. Okay, positioning.
Oh, battlefield phase first. Defender's Asura do physical damage, increase it by 1. I didn't.
I didn't do any physical damage at all.
It was only for defenders, so yeah, but that, and then neither one of us got 8 or more physical, so that's good.
I was a defender last round. I was a defender last round.
I'm always defender in the game.
Oh, you're defender.
The battlefield states are always defender. You're always attacker.
Battlefield effect. During the next combat, any forward Asura that does not have the Cyclops, Demon, or Fairy takes 2 physical. What kind are you?
I have a demon that can't take it, right? And
No, the forward one. What's your forward one?
Not
So you're going to take 2 physical damage.
Yep.
Great. And, or if I can see the blue card here, if any Asura puts, well, I guess, cooldown tokens on any opponent's Asura skills, their Shepherd gets 2 charges.
Yep.
All right. Hey, good news on that, though. This guy can't get cooldown tokens except from assist blocking.
Right.
So, declared. You're not going to believe this.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I can't do anything with the knob because he's on cooldown, and I only have 1 skill over here, so I will declare dual energy cycle.
Nah. I was thinking about assist blocking for him, but all right, you ready for the dice?
Let's do it. Show me the winners.
Well,
so I've got 13 health. What's your light doing over there? 3?
2, because you have that -1 physical.
Oh, -1 on physical, so it's doing 2. So you need to do 11. You need to roll an 11 here. Yeah?
I need to roll an 8.
An 8?
I'll cast my spell again. I don't care.
Oh, the 3 damage. Well, no, it only does 2.
Oh,
So
it does
8, 9, 10, 11,
right.
12, because I reduced by 1, so you got to roll 9.
All right, 9. Let's make it dramatic. I'll roll 1 first. Not possible.
Yes.
Double 2s.
I
4
live.
damage.
I live.
Well, then I'm not casting the spell out of spite. Oh, and this one does 2.
It does 2.
I guess I should put these on.
Because that one, the other one's spiritual, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, gang. It's getting sweaty now. All right, and then back at you, you will do 7 spiritual damage.
Okay. Hey, don't you take 2 damage? Don't we take 2 damage for being in the front line here or something? Or is that at the later on?
We will on the battlefield, right?
Yeah.
Because it states that none of our types here. I don't think, right? I'm not a psychocast, right? No.
No, you're a psychopath.
Nope. Psychopath. I got those mixed up. Demon or fairy. Yeah. So we take 2 physical. So I will take 1 additional physical, and you'll take 2.
And your other guy didn't do anything?
Didn't do anything. I can't. I'm on cooldown. I don't have a way to remove those cooldowns without. I should have cast a spell had I been thinking about it. But he would take damage, and he can't. So.
Oh, speaking of cooldown. Cooldown.
Now I've got abilities open. All right. Can I survive? So this one's off. Spell casting.
Yeah, why not? I'll heal 3 to him, bring him up to 8, and do 2 more to that guy.
I really need you to stop just arbitrarily damaging me.
Alpha! Are you alpha again or no?
I did not have any kind of a take on that one.
But here's the thing. I have to kill you this turn or you win.
Yeah, that's my thing is can I hold out long enough? And I don't think there's any way for me to do this. Well, yeah, I think I can here, right? So select a friendly Asura, you may receive up to 2 total cooldown tokens from it and heal up to 3 damage. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast for 2 Cord of Repair. So I can remove 2 total cooldown tokens from it. Doinks. And heal it for up to 3 damage. So I'm going to heal back 3.
All right.
There. All right. And that's it. That's all I got.
Hang on, I'm thinking here.
Because I'm not going to take alpha. I'm speed 3 minus 2. I'm speed 1.
But I had alpha take.
And you had alpha take.
But
so.
also, we switched.
Can I hold out?
Probably.
I'm blocking.
I'm going to be doing rend and drag.
Yeah.
And over here. Oh, yeah, your turn.
I'm done. I can only do. I've only got one guy I can do, and I'm cool down here, so I can only block. I'm out of options.
This is funny. I could hit you with this one, but you could choose to take no damage from it, which you would.
What does it allow me to do? What can I do instead? Take cooldown tokens?
No, I can remove 3. I can remove 3. If you don't take the 5, I can take 3 tokens off.
Oh, I see.
So
okay,
that's great for
right now and last turn. That's perfect. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stun you. Not that it matters. So that's not. This is actually. I don't think it's enough. Hang on, let me think. That's going to be 7. Oh, you have 5.
I'm reducing by 5 each damage source. I think I can stonewall just enough.
Yeah, you can. Well, that doesn't stop us from trying.
You just got to do it anyway.
All right.
Do you have any more dice rolling shenanigans? That's been working pretty well for you.
Well, he's not in the front line. I probably should have left him in the front line because of this. Because this one would have added a 6-sided. I could have got 10. Yeah, well,
5, yeah.
But it's too late because you
can only do
switched what
light,
you did. So 5 on him. Okay, so you're doing nothing. You're just taking
Nothing.
it.
I'm just blocking.
Okay, so this one does 8 minus 1 minus 5. So this one only does 2.
2. Because of my trinket.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to do this one. Wrong one. I already said that. I couldn't do the other one. This does. Yeah, it is. Oh, I see. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Going to reduce them all.
Yeah.
Does it do any position change? Well, it doesn't matter.
It stuns you, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter last turn. Right. Oh, we didn't flip over and talk about what the battlefield was.
Oh, yeah, that might matter, actually.
Spiritual Tailwind might have an effect here.
If any of the defenders of Asura do spiritual damage increased by 1, not happening.
Not doing.
If a Shepherd Asura do 8 or more spiritual damage, they get 2 charges, so that doesn't matter either. You got me. Almost. That stupid thing.
So close. So close.
No, it's fine. I like that it's possible. Like you can't, so I can't quick unload everything and win that way always.
Yeah, and it shows that just by random combos and not really having a plan, even in a learning game like this, we've been able to show how this mixture that may not be something I would choose normally was, as soon as I looked at it, I was like, I think if I just kind of stave it off and take it and allow you to do your damage, that I can stack up enough to reach the end condition. My fear was not being able to last this long, right? Because after turn 2 or 3, when you knocked on top, I was like, well, that was a little quicker than I had hoped, because of the dice rolling was really great. Jahani's super powerful when you roll good dice, right? And I love that it gives it, the game that doesn't have any randomness has characters like that that give you the air of being able to roll dice and get some really big moments going.
So I'm looking at special abilities now that we know how to play. Let's look at these, Roy. This guy takes 2 less physical damage.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yep.
He
Very defensive.
So you could take this artifact. He'd take 3 less
You
physical
got
damage.
it. Yep. So against physical teams, very, very good.
This guy's 1 less spiritual. What does this +2 here, by the way, mean?
That's piercing. So against the types of that, so if he was forward Asura and you had an Asura with that class, we didn't have any pierce settings here, but it would do 2 additional damage of all sources to that type. So you would want to, so if you had the Asura that is
This,
the elemental
this one.
type, yeah. So if you had Kamar to Jin up against Ekaminu, then all of a sudden Ekaminu, every time he does damage to Jin, is doing +2 of all damage types. right? So the piercing table has a triangle of creature types that do more damage to their polar opposites, so to speak.
Okay.
Didn't come into play here because we don't have any piercing models on board.
And the horse god, I can remove a cooldown token from any friendly Asura thing.
He is super good from the cooldown control.
And this guy, when another friendly Asura executes a tag, it does an extra damage.
Yeah.
Now, we played at 2v2. Is it always 2v2? Is there ever, can you play with two players against two players? Is there any other rules?
You definitely could. You could have each player in control of an Asura. It doesn't really, it would just be with the same rules. It's meant to be a heads-up 1v1 game all the time. We have played it to where there are more groups to where you can double this up and do 4 players. It becomes a little chaotic because generally it winds up with people teaming up against specific piercing combos when you have 4 forwards. So we've really written it to be a 1v1.
And like, oh, so let me look at the, where's the cards we put aside here?
Yep.
What could I have taken? I could have taken this one here. So I could have, you make a positioning change, you get locked. So it wouldn't be me.
Right. Yeah, the positioning change.
Oh man, this one's a
really
good one too. It's 8, but it would make your skills, both of your skills would get 3 extra tokens.
3 additional cooldown tokens, which is tough to, it forces me to have to cast that spell that removes them. And my spell that removes cooldown tokens also does damage to my guys.
Oh, this would have been useful. This one, this heavy, unstoppable force can't be reduced by blocks. Had I had that at the end of the game, you would not have been able to block it.
Yep.
Huh. Alrighty, so if people want to get this right now, we have a link in the description where you can buy it. It comes with 9 characters, each with 6 skills, so 54 cards. How many artifacts?
8 artifacts.
8 artifacts, 4 teams of shepherds, and then 3 different battle things. So
3 scenarios.
We're doing most tokens.
Yep.
Well, they're always most tokens. No.
Some of them are just pure knockout. Whoever knocks out the opponents, both of their Asura first, so that game can go on for a while. It gives you a lot of ways to play.
It wouldn't go on for a while.
Well, I mean, you would have really.
Next turn.
Yeah, next turn you had me. Next turn you had me.
An 8-round game.
Next turn you had me for sure.
So, alrighty. Well, thank you for showing this to us.
Thank you so much.
Say before we head off?
No, it's been great. Tons of fun. I think you picked up on it real quick. Really happy to have you on.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Tom Vessel.
I'm Jason Craze.
I almost won. That's what matters, is almost winning.
Almost win.
Almost winning. That's what they tell you. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.